and I'm sure I'm not the first to tell you this, but I just have a huge amount of respect for your music, and you just fascinate me because every time I hear a song or I hear the message of what I interpret the song to be from you, it's just like an old soul. I expect you to be 55 years old, come in here a little grizzled, you got a beard on. Do people tell you that all the time? You're like an old soul?
Well, I've heard that a lot. I've wondered if people say that just because my music might reminisce an older style music, or if they're actually picking up different lyrics that I would write. I don't know where it comes from, other than maybe done different types of living than other people. I don't know, but I write what I know about. So.
Well, it's interesting because you're 24 now?
Yes.
Okay, so you're 24 years old. But you have a song, for instance, for me, it starts with country. I mean, just starting with country. That's why they tell you this, because you have this ability to encapsulate what it means to just live a genuine life in that song alone, immediately out of the gate with your first song. It was like, you're looking at all the little pieces of life that make it more meaningful, that kind of show that you're a real person. I'm just going to play a clip of it real quick.
All right.
Country can be in the middle of the city. Country can be on a farm. Country ain't even a place on the map. It's a place in your heart.
It's true. It is reminiscent of what I grew up with in country music. I grew up probably like, you'd consider it 90s country, maybe late 80s, stuff like that. And the message is there, but for you to be as young as you are and to understand the world in a way where you see the things that are missing sometimes from life, it seems like, or that, you know, you saw back home in Illinois and maybe not now. Is that true?
Yeah, I think, I don't know if it's just the way God made me, but I think always growing up, I had a really, a deep hunger and sometimes even a hole of wanting to find the most fulfilled life. And I feel like I went through periods where I overlooked that and tried to find life in things that didn't have real life attached to it.
And what? As I picture Justin Bieber in my head, what like what kind of stuff is just the fake parts?
Man, I think it goes deeper than just a quick conversation, but really that hunger and that emptiness in my soul really led me back to God in my entire walk of life. Just the things that we see with our eyes and how we just try to maintain a full spirit or a satisfied soul. I really found that I couldn't do it with all the kind of external stuff that we run for, whether it be music or fame or success or even sometimes family. Like a lot of these are external or material things that are pointing to a spiritual reality. And I think I've tried to pull that out in my entire life. How do I get the fullest life possible? And I want that to come out in my music in different ways. And I just think God, when I was young, I had this deep hunger that I couldn't satisfy until I found Him. So
when you were young,
yeah,
you're 24, dude. So when you say, like, you said family, the way that I was hearing it was you were saying like sometimes family is not exactly what you should be looking for to fulfill life. Is that what you were saying right there?
Well, that shouldn't be the end. That shouldn't be the main goal, because sometimes I found that we can just
you're padding your life a little bit.
Yeah, around one thing, and it makes everything else go dull if it doesn't revolve around this one thing. What I found is when God became the center of my life, even family became more meaningful than it did before.
So that is what you'd say you found. What you found is your belief in your faith, and that's what fulfills all the other things in life.
True, very true.
Yeah.
And I want it to, in a unique way, come out in the music, and I think that just might be what connects people to that idea of an older soul. I'm a seeker, and I found what I'm seeking for, but I continue to seek it, I guess. So
yeah, to me, I say this a lot, and you probably don't know this about me yet, but one of the most fascinating things about music to me is, where did it come from? Why was it created? The songwriter to me is my favorite part of music. And I love knowing what your art was trying to be expressed to other people for. What was the reason? So you're mentioning faith a lot. There's questions surrounding your latest everywhere. I'm just going to play a little piece of it, and then I kind of want to find out what that song is truly about.
Every
So you never quite elaborate on what you're singing about. When I heard it the first time, it just happened to be with my kid and my wife in the next room, like horsing around, and which is one of my favorite sounds. And I was thinking about her, and then I started listening to it a little closer. I go, wow, there's no like specific story in that song, right? What is it? Where did it come from for you?
Well, we were actually in Canada, and I was with Dean Dillon, Phil O'Donnell, and a bunch of other writers. But we would have a Bible study actually every morning before we would go fishing. It was a fishing and writing trip. This morning we didn't go fishing. We stood up from the Bible study and sat down, and Dean Dillon says, "Boys, let's write us a song about God, but let's leave it open to interpretation." And the way I've been explaining it recently is a lot of times when people hear the word God or Jesus or whatever, their mind goes to church pews and hymnals and choir robes, and that's kind of the picture that they have in their head. And I think I had that picture for a very long time, which turned off the idea to God for me. For a number of years, but when I actually found him and realized that he created everything,
that was what was important. You're in the middle of Canada, looking out at whatever you're looking at.
How much, like, the coolest thing I could ever think of in my entire life, and the thing that floated my boat the most, how much cooler would the creator of that thing be? And when I really realized that God is not just in a church, although you can find him very strongly in a real one, he's everywhere.
See, you just keep getting more interesting. You say these things, you can find him even stronger in a real one. That's a wisdom. That's not like a 24-year-old doesn't say. I've been to a church where I felt that it was just all that fake fluff, and I also have been to a church where you could tell that people are genuine. That's what you're saying right there, right?
Yeah, you can walk into a church and find out that, and I guess you can sense it. These people know the living God. And I found a church like that here in Nashville that I've really loved, and it just helps me just with everything else. Music, you ask me where music comes from and what it's for, I feel like I found that. What's the outdoors for? I feel like I found that. What's family for? I feel like I found that. And it all relates back to who I'm singing about in that song Everywhere.
Well, so when you're writing a song like Everywhere, and then you look at a song like Country and maybe a boy and a girl thing, are these all written about faith, or are they just based in the pieces of life that faith fulfills even stronger for you?
Yeah.
You know, they're really written about the things you're talking about.
Yeah, they are written about the things that I'm talking about. And, you know, the root of it all is truth and love and real experience. Like, I want to connect with people on a real level. I want to be able to write a song, you know, purely gospel music or strictly gospel music can really exclude people that might have not uncovered him yet. I want to be able to relate with people and let them know that Christians struggle and experience the same things that non-Christians might.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to be a human with the rest of the people on this planet, so I can have open conversations about and maybe share my hope and faith someday. But
I'll tell you, all I need is maybe 6 or 7 more hours talking to you. Honestly, first of all, very, very clearly to me, you're a guy that is going to be in this business absolutely as long as you want to, just like everybody has told you, just like Worley's told you, just like John Rich has told you. You have this ability to create a music that isn't heard right now. It's not on the radio right now. That kind of style is lacking, I think.
Thank you.
What is the life experience that you're going through right now, or looking forward to and hoping to go through very soon, that you think you'll be writing about next?
Well, I just had a baby. We just had a baby, which has been really amazing. It's been up and down. I think it's been an emotional roller coaster, learning and not getting enough sleep and waking up in the morning.
Because how far into this are you?
She's a month old.
Yeah, it's not quite to sleeping time yet.
No, and she came 3.5 weeks early, so I feel like I'm just kind of mentally prepared to have a baby, but she's been here for a month.
Yeah.
And it's been amazing.
I mean, I have a 3-year-old, and I feel like it just started too. I feel like I'm going through all those things.
The way I can explain it too is like I'm experiencing different kinds of love. You love your child in a different way than you love your wife, or than you love your mom or your dad or your brother.
Yeah.
and it's really broadening the word love.
Yeah.
For me. And if I don't write songs just about having a kid, although I have written a song, which I'm really excited about, I just feel like I'm getting different insight into life to write about in the future, and I'd like to see how it's going to come out. I don't know yet. So,
well, as a parent, that makes me curious. I didn't know that you had written a song
Yeah.
specifically for your daughter. Would you be willing to share that one?
I'd love to play it.
Okay, great.
Yeah. You want me to play it now?
Yeah, are you
All
ready?
right, I'm ready.
I didn't mean to spring it on you,
No,
but
I'm
yeah,
always
totally.
ready. That's why I keep the guitar in my hand. This is a song, I started it 2 days after she was born.
What's your daughter's name?
I'll try it. Her name is Eveline.
Okay.
And that's actually what the song's called. I think we're going to call it Eveline's Song. But I guess I'll just let it explain itself. Girl, I cried like a baby. Oh, and you did too. I'd been so eagerly waiting to hold you. Then you were right there, and I was staring in your eyes. You looked up at me, and I said for the first time, Eveline, Nadine, my love for you is forever. I just can't believe God's hand put us together. Now whatever you do, wherever you go, just know I'm holding you in this heart of mine. Eveline, Nadine. You're still too little to know yet. The world's a scary place. But there's a great I am, and he'll keep you safe. Wherever the wind blows, if it takes you far from me, he's overcome the world, girl, so just believe. Eveline, Nadine, my love for you is forever. When I look at you, I see God's hand put us together. Now whatever you do, wherever you go, just know I'm holding you in this heart of mine. Eveline, Nadine. You'll hear lies at night, don't believe them. Just sing you this song and you'll know that I love you. Eveline, Nadine. Eveline, Nadine, this is your lullaby. Eveline, Nadine.
It's awesome, man.
Thank you.
How do you not cry when you sing that already?
I was fighting them back.
I'm sure.
When I play it out live, I try to fight them back. When I sit there in front of her and next to the bed and sing it to her, I just lose it. But
that is a gift that I wish I had that I could give to my kiddo. That's really cool, man.
Yeah.
So this is what some words that I read about you. These aren't my words, which makes me want to back them up even stronger. Mo Pitney is the real deal, a country boy that could quite possibly change country music in a very big way. I think that's super true, man.
Well, we'll see. I'm just going to keep playing and singing music that means something to me, and if it means something to someone else, that'd be special to me as well. So,
thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.